Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 964 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today we're going to talk about sound effects and how they can jazz up your recordings. And I hope you didn't miss episode 963. That was on a cassette gadget I talked about that can transfer your old cassettes into MP3 format so you can preserve them so they don't go bad. That was 963. Anytime you want to get to a back episode, you go to screwthecommute.com/ and then the episode number. The cassette thing was 963. Sound effects today is 964. And make sure you pick up a copy of my automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. And check out my school at imtcva.org. It's probably the best legacy gift you could ever give to a young person to get them a in-demand career, highly in-demand career in as little as 6 months. And we've had students making money long before they graduate. So check it out, imtcva.org. All right, let's talk about sound effects. See, they can really jazz up your audio recordings and your video recordings, and there's three kind of ways that you can use them. The one is what we call a handheld noisemaker. And I have one here. I got it off Amazon years ago. And all you do is hold it up to your microphone. So I'll give you, it's got 25 different sound effects on it. All right, it was only a couple dollars. And so I'll play it into the microphone here for you now. I'll just three of them.
I'm sorry. You are an annoying, pestering telemarketer. Please hang up and quit your job.
There's one. Here's another one.
North American Air Defense Readiness Center, Sergeant Marone speaking. State your emergency, please.
Yeah, I pulled jokes on lots of people on the phone when they call me doing this. And then this last one is perfect if you say something that's supposed to be funny. Okay, so that was a handheld noisemaker, which is the cheapest, easiest way you can possibly do to add some sound effects. All right, but, you know, they would see you if you were on video holding that up. So you can edit sound effects in after the fact, and that's the next hardest way, but it's easier than the last way I'm going to tell you about. So you can get them. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of places to get the sound effects, but you can edit them into your videos or audios after the fact. So that's the second way. The third way is a little bit limited and expensive and hard, all right, but I have a mixing board here. Have you ever seen those at concerts where they have this big thing that's full of dials and everything? Well, there's little ones that you can have for podcasts and things like that. And this one that I happen to have has a bunch of built-in sound effects and voice changers and things like that. So it's expensive and it's limited on the number of sound effects that it has. The one I'm using is a Yamaha MG12XU. And it's so hard to do, I hardly even use the ones on the board there. It's much easier to use the handheld thing if you want to do them anytime. And even if you're doing video and you want to, just be cut up and be funny, you can hold it up to the microphone. And so if they see you, who cares? They know you're just playing around. But if you want them to be in your videos, then they're edited in usually after the fact. Okay, so what you can do to find them is search for free or royalty-free is the best term, sound effects. Now, there's places like Envato, ENVATO.com, that are a paid subscription. And they have sound effects and video and all pictures and all kinds of stuff you can use royalty-free. You can sort them by what category if you're looking for a gunshot or a laugh track, so forth. And a bunch of free places I'll tell you about is one is Epidemic Sounds is also a paid one. But you can get great stuff at Sound Bible, Pixabay, freesound.org, upbeat.io /SFX. Those are all places you can get them for free, royalty free. Now, here's the thing. When it's audio, it'll work with any kind of video editor or audio editor you have. All right, it's easy. Audio editing is relatively easy. But the thing is don't overdo it. You want to use them strategically, and there's plenty of YouTube videos reminding you when to put them in. So, for instance, if you were going to transfer or switch to a different scene in a video, you might put a swoosh there where right at the point where you change the camera, you hear the boom, the swish, something like that. The thing is the laugh tracks and gunshots and things like that, sirens are all easy to work into a lot of things that you're doing. And another term you want to watch out for, not that this is a good thing to look for actually, is Creative Commons Zero. This is stuff that it's out in the public domain. You can just use it without giving anybody credits or purchasing it or worry about getting sued or anything like that. Now, that's the one thing. You just don't want to steal something from some place that's copyrighted because you could get sued for it. You just want to be very careful in any of your products that you make or the things that you do online that you're not stepping on somebody else's copyright, because a federal lawsuit for copyright is going to ruin your whole day. Let me tell you that, and plus a lot more days. All right, so that's sound effects. This is episode 964. And make sure you grab that episode 963 if you missed it, screwthecommute.com/963, because this little gadget that's really cheap can take all your old cassettes and turn them into digitizing them so that they don't get ruined or the tape doesn't, get old and brittle or break on you. It'll get them all saved for you so you can keep them forever. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We'll catch you all in the next episode. See you later.